All right, everyone, talking about that power. First base. That's right. Name clear. Dustin there. First base tiers and rankings for your upcoming fantasy baseball season. But Dustin, where else can they find this information?
That was pretty obnoxious. You can find it on our website. Click on the link in the description. It'll take you there. We'll have our top 150 cheat sheet up on the site the first week of March. So check that out. Check out all our other tiers and rankings videos, subscribe, and leave a comment in this video, and we will answer as many questions as we can. Let's take a look at number one.
Numero uno.
Paul Goldschmidt. A lot will be made about the humidor that they're doing out there in Arizona and how it's going to impact all of that stuff. They only play half their games there, and I don't think it's going to have a huge impact. It will have an impact, but Goldschmidt is still number one. He's still going to be amazing across the board. We still got him in a tier all by himself.
Tier 2, I really like getting both these guys in my mocks that I've been doing. The first one's Freddie Freeman of the Atlanta Braves. In 440 at-bats, he had a 307 average, 28 home runs, and gets you some speed, 8 bags. And I think, obviously, if he gets more at-bats, those counting stats are going to be even better. And then Anthony Rizzo for the Cubs. I actually find him very interesting. He had a 273 average, 99 runs, 109 RBIs, and 23 home runs. And I think that's kind of the floor for this guy. Rizzo's just a stud player all around. I think he will duplicate what he did last year, and based on where you can get him in ADP, I think he's very interesting.
Tier 3, I want to start out with a youngster that is very interesting as well. Joey Gallo, 24 years old, 41 home runs last year, but he hit 209. So that's what you're going to get out of him. Obviously a lot of power, and if he can get that average up just a little bit, he's going to be someone that you want on your team. And then Eric Hosmer, this is a guy, and he plays with San Diego, not the best ballpark to play in for hitters, but he hit 320, 25 home runs, 98 runs, 94 RBIs, threw in 6 bags. He just doesn't hurt you. He is a very solid first baseman to grab.
Tier 4, I got 2 guys that make you say, huh? First one, Justin Smoke. He was always supposed to break out, but that was supposed to happen like 5, maybe 6 years ago, who knows. He's 31 now, but last year he did have a stellar year, a 270 average, 38 home runs, and 90 RBIs. So he had a high pedigree, always had this potential, and it seems like he realized it. It was just a lot later. Will he repeat these numbers? Tough to say. Next guy that will 100% unfortunately not repeat the numbers is Ryan Zimmerman. The thing about Zim, 303, average 36 home runs and 108 RBIs at 33 years old. That came out of nowhere last year. Everybody was thinking that he was going to have another down year and kind of down on him, and then he started blowing up. PEDs, maybe? Just kidding, Mr. and Mrs. Zim. Dustin, move on before I get myself in trouble.
It was a good year, though.
It's a great year.
Good year. Logan Morrison, I want to talk about. New home with the Twins. He's 30 years old. Last year, 38 home runs. We're not expecting that. He only hit around 250 though, so not expecting huge things, but I don't think it's out of the question to think that he could repeat what he did last year. And Eric Thames from Milwaukee, you know, it was a lot of speculation on how much of that power was going to come over from him playing overseas. He didn't necessarily completely disappoint, 31 home runs and 469 at-bats, so he's still, you know, he did prove that he can hit the home runs at the major league level, and if he gets more at-bats this year, he could get close to 40, so not hating on him this year.
Tier 6, as long as this guy's playing, I'm always going to highlight him. That's Albert Pujols is the first one I'm talking about. Obviously playing for the Angels, you know, like a 250th average, 22 home runs, I think he had about 75 RBIs, and the thing about Pujols is, he's 38. It's not going to be like numbers are going to get any better. But in the super late rounds of draft, he's not terrible. Just don't overdraft based on his name. And he is probably one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. The other guy I'm talking about is Greg Bird. Greg Bird. Bird's the word. Why is Bird the word? 147 at-bats, 9 home runs.
Bird.
If he has you can go ahead and finish. If he has a full accompaniment of bats, could he get 30 bombs for the New York Yankees? Absolutely. How many home runs is that team going to hit, for the love of God?
It's ridiculous.
How many? Definitely, where's the over-under in Vegas? Take the over.
Makes me
Breaking
sad.
records.
Makes me sad. I want to talk about a couple older guys in Tier 7. Chris Davis with Baltimore. Which Chris Davis is going to show up? At this point, you just don't know. Obviously, the potential for power will always be there with him, but you just don't know what kind of average you're going to get. He's just kind of hit or miss, but the power is still there. And then Adrian Gonzalez, new home with the Mets. Can he stay healthy? Can he go anywhere back to his old form? If he does, he's going to be serviceable, but you're not really expecting much from Adrian at this point, but he is someone that you need to consider just in case he pulls a Ryan Zimmerman.
Tier 8, Dust said I can only talk about one, and that one is Duda for Tampa Bay. You know what he's going to do? He's going to get you power. So if you're in counting stats, those 30 home runs from a year ago, he could absolutely hit 30 again. If you're in a full accompaniment and you're worried about batting average, he could certainly hit 217 again. So you're going to get power. You're not going to get an average with Duda.
I want to talk about Brandon Belt in Tier 9. Now,
I love Brandon Belt.
Here's a guy that, you know, it's going to happen. This is the
Should
year.
happen.
This is the year. This is the year. He's still getting the extra base hits, but he just hasn't turned them into home runs just yet. 29 years old, so it's not out of the question that he could still have that big breakout year. But last year, 382 at-bats, he had 48 extra base hits. So he's hitting the ball hard. He's just not hitting the home runs. Only had 18 home runs, but this could be the year. Great guy to grab late and just see what happens.
Love me some Belt.
So that's first base. Check out everything else. Subscribe to our videos if you haven't already. Oh.
I gotcha.
Oh. Oh.
Finish.
Just end the video. Watch all the other stuff.